Welcome. We switched up the intro and the outro. Welcome to Bring It to the Runway. My name is Joe Betance, and we take this show very seriously. We're talking about the looks today. We're going to talk about some major themes. But first, we have with us our regular crew, our fashion police, if you will, from West Hollywood, California. She has nice friends. Give it up for the one, the only, Mrs. Robert Mata. Hi, Robert. How are you?
Hi, good morning. I do have nice friends, don't I? It's
Yeah,
like
we'll
you're
talk about
surprised whenever Christian and I have nice friends.
I'll be honest with you. I was telling people over the weekend, well, you're going to find this very surprising. Robert and Christian have very nice friends. I don't know what it is. Well, you know, Robert, someone did say to me, I'm not surprised Robert has nice friends.
Well, duh. I say mean things about people on TV, but not in person.
Yeah. But the person that people are surprised has nice friends is with us too. Her pronouns are bitch and whore. Give it up for the one, the only, Miss Christian Ochoa. Hello, Christian.
Hi, how are you, Joseph? Beautiful intro. I love that. Can we maintain that?
It's up to you. It's your pronouns. I just go with what you give us.
I love that. Well, hello.
I'm gonna I feel we're gonna talk a lot at the end. I have to keep this show around half an hour, so I kind of want to jump right into those looks, if you will.
Yeah, we're
doing something. There's gonna be a lot going on. So if everyone doing something new for the first time, but before we do, this is a visual show. Yes, we release it as an audio podcast, and yes, it'll still be good as an audio podcast, and yes, we'll still describe the looks. But I highly, highly recommend you go on YouTube to see the looks reference, to see what we're talking about. You can see what we're talking about. You can see my co-host beautiful faces, youtube.com/drag race recap. But there's a lot going on today because I'm going to be trying a bunch of different technological things. So I might be a little distracted at first until I get the hang of it. But here's how we do it. So what we're going to do is there were 8 looks. We're going to show 6. The top 3 and the bottom 3. Now, here's the funny thing is, and this is my opinion. I don't usually give my opinion. This was a look where really the tops and the bottoms were based on the challenge and not the looks, I feel.
Facts.
And so I feel that there are some good looks in the bottom 3 and there's some not so good looks in the top 3. So here we go. We're going to go in order. We're going to start with the winner. Okay. So the winner is Miss Sasha Colby. And let me see here. Got it right here. And then, Christian, why don't you go ahead and tell us, give us a little thing here about what's going on here with Sasha Colby.
So I'm waiting for the image to load on my end. But I will say that in general, I was not really feeling this runway category. Mm-hmm. I didn't feel like most of the girls, really brought anything magnetic or anything iconic that Beyonce has worn. I think Sasha Colby did just fine. I mean, it's pretty much a replica of what Beyonce wore. She's wearing a 2-piece metallic bustier top with a lace detail that goes down from one strap all the way down the leg with like Swarovskis, and it has like crystal beaded fringe on the silver metallic skirt. I mean, she looks great, of course, but I don't remember this Beyonce look being iconic, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Robert? And Robert and Joe, I have a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you guys really think Beyonce and Sasha Fierce, what do you think of the lore?
You go first, Joe.
There's parts of me that want to just be like, bitch, what's wrong with you? Right? But I have similar stories. You know, not necessarily with Beyonce. Well, it is. You know, her name was not Beyonce before. It was like Jennifer. And then she met me. And she was, how do you say your name? And I went, Betance. And she went,
oh my God.
And then, I don't know, all I'm going to say is then all of a sudden she was Beyonce. So that's all I'm saying. But I think she's reaching a little bit. I don't know, Robert, what do you think?
I think she knows that she's reaching, and that's why it was so fun to listen
Yes.
to, because why not just enjoy the delusion? It's
Yeah.
not a Lucy Laduka delusion where there's
Yes.
actual upset, embering underneath. Like, she's clearly just having a good fucking time.
Yeah.
100%. And she calls it. If you call it, that she even says, like, that's at least what I'm telling myself, or whatever she said. Until Beyonce tells me I'm lying, that's what I'm going to tell myself. Then you know what, you get a pass. I feel.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, what a difference in the edit between Sasha and Lucy, which we'll get to at the end of the episode. Rob.
But yeah, Rob.
Well, it like Christian said, was an exact replica of a look, and so because Sasha Colby's always served body, we knew that she would be able to serve Beyonce, who more often serves body rather than garment. So this was, I guess, in theory, a perfect matchup for her, and she served it.
That's a good point. I mean, during this era of Beyonce, it was a lot of body. I would say, though, now she does serve a lot of garment.
More and more as the years go on. But it's like I said at the bar on Friday, when you think of Beyonce, you don't think of looks. You think of a powerhouse performer who is very multifaceted, and the looks are probably one of the least important parts of that persona. So
All right.
we'll see
Very
as
good.
it goes on.
All right. Let's go to the next look here. We're going to go over to... Tell me when you see the image, please. You see
We
it?
see it.
So, Luxx Noir London in the Bob Mackie recreation that he did for RuPaul and Beyonce, correct? And supposedly RuPaul and Beyonce wore the same piece, which is a fringe Swarovski, almost like a flame motif bodysuit. Obviously, it's gorgeous. She looks stunning, but I don't know, you guys. Do we like that they're exact replicas?
Yes and no. It not being an exact replica is what made Mistress Isabelle Brooks look so successful, because she dragged it up. I'm sure we'll get to her in a minute. And then obviously Luxx facing the online criticism she's faced all season, saying, ugh, like everyone's always reading me for my looks being replicas or inspirations from something else. Obviously she probably had, white knuckles waiting for this one to air. But this is an homage to an homage to an homage. So I think that I might want to wear this look next week as an homage to an homage to an homage. As an homage.
Yeah, it's one of these things. I thought a little bit more about it. Like, it was designed for Linda Carter, who played Wonder Woman. And then I guess Cher also wore it, which is surprised RuPaul didn't
She
mention
did.
that. Yeah, and then RuPaul's worn the dress, and
Tina
Beyonce.
Turner.
Beyonce wore it as an homage to Tina Turner.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Everyone
very
except Tina Burner has been in this look.
Yeah.
I'm sure Tina Burner's done something in it. I'm sure.
Or she will. So we like this outfit or not? What do you think, Robert?
I liked it. I think that it gives RuPaul a chance to talk about herself, and RuPaul loved it for that reason. I love when RuPaul says, "Good job, kiddo," to a person he's very clearly seeing himself in.
Do you? What do you think about this? There are a lot of people who feel Luxx should have won this week. Do you agree with that, Robert?
Definitely. She was having the most fun in that little golf cart. Love Connie was a difficult guest as much as Charo was, but Luxx ran with it and was just continuing to have a good time and had a really great way of incorporating her questions without forcing them in the way Selena had to do.
What do you think, Christian?
I completely agree. I personally enjoyed Luxx's interview more than I enjoyed Sasha's interview. I'm a huge Sasha stan, but I'm going to give credit where credit's due. I thought Luxx's number was more entertaining, significantly more entertaining. And she was able to insert her personality in a way that was still refreshing and not forced, like Robert mentioned, where I felt like Sasha didn't insert her personality enough.
Now, Christian, I want to ask you a question. What is going on with you today? You seem very low energy. Are you okay?
I had a very long work day. I had like 3 back-to-back hour-and-a-half long meetings up until this one. And I haven't ate, and I haven't had coffee. And I got 2 fillings in my lower right fucking jaw,
come on,
bones,
flossing,
whatever. And like my fucking mouth hella hurts still. I was so numb yesterday. I'm just a little disoriented. Haven't been able to sleep well. Haven't had any of my supplements that I'm used to having by now. It's 4:20. I would love a joint at this point. It's like I quit smoking weed and now I want to pick it up again. My sister's sending me shit like things that cardiologists would never do for their health. And it's like a fucking reel of all these cardiologists at a conference talking about smoking. And I'm like, well, I don't smoke nicotine. And then the fifth one is like, it doesn't matter what you smoke, just the act of smoking. And I'm like, okay, well, now I just want to smoke a joint.
It is. Don't be smoking. Like the combustion causes carcinogens to enter your body, even if it's just weed. And your immune system's not down for it either.
Girl, what combustion, bitch? What is combusting?
When the actual flower is being lit up by flames and you're inhaling ash residue and smoke.
Where's the combustion?
It's the actual shit burning up.
Wait, Christian. You need to tell me, what in your head, what does combustion mean?
Bitch, I'm about to combust on these fucking, on your face, bitch. That's what a combustion is.
Perfect, then you get it. It's that mildly explosive tiny little bit.
You know, it's a chemical reaction, yes, like in a fucking engine and shit.
Okay, very good. Moving on now.
I'm not done sharing my opinion on what Luxx wore because I'm kind of not down for replicas. You didn't make it your own in any way. It's obviously not as nice as the Mackie piece. It's not a bad piece, but it's different. Like when Homegirl that wore the original Mackie pieces, Kimora Hall. I mean, bitch, she served it excellently. So if you are going to do a replica, I just feel like you kind of have to do it to that level because this was not as nice. That's for sure. The details were not as nice. And I don't know. I don't think I'm a fan of replicas because what's your point of view on drag? You didn't drag it up yourself like Robert mentioned Mistress Isabelle Brooks did. You know, so I did not like this look. I didn't really like Sasha's look. I think they look gorgeous. Of course, when don't they? But in terms of fashion, this doesn't tell me anything about you. No, not impressed.
All right. You realize this is only a half-hour show, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Next we have Miss Lucy Laduka, which I don't know if you heard on the show, but Joan Rivers, I don't know if you heard this, read Lucy for filth on the air.
From Beyond the Grave?
From Beyond the Grave. Yeah.
Fuck, Lucy can't catch a break, yo.
Yeah, it's also on YouTube. So
I feel bad for Lucica.
Mm-hmm. I think the sharing thing has a problem whenever, like, I had it going already. There we go. And so I think I can't have it going. All right.
So Lucy's wearing the two-piece sequin suit or beaded suit. I want to say it was a sequin suit at the VMAs, but this time she wore like a Swarovskied. So Beyonce performing Love on Top at the VMAs. I do remember this look because she reveals the pregnancy bump, but Lucy didn't do a pregnancy bump. And I think the hair looks good. I think Lucy's mug is stamped. The body looks good, but it looks ill-fitting. I didn't like it. It looked really cheap. It looked very like bag in a costume, or a costume in a bag, I mean.
Robert?
The fit just looked really fucked. Like, she kind of looks like Jan as George Santos going to the House floor to vote on some bullshit. And I thought that everyone was saying, of course, she should have put something under her stomach to emphasize the baby bump. I would have been fine with just a single piece of ivy painted blue, just as a little cute little reference rather than an actual baby bump. But even still, she didn't do anything to drag it up. And I actually think the wig is terrible. That's not what Beyonce's hair looked like. But
no, but she made it draggy.
By wearing a white button-up long sleeve?
I said the wig was dragged up. Anyways, yeah, no, not Lucy's best.
All right, very good. Okay, so here's what we're going to do now. We're at the halfway point. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we are going to talk about the rest of the episode. Christian picked this outro music, by the way.
Bitch, this is making me hungry. This is giving me like Chili's vibes, and now I want chips and salsa or some shit. An artichoke
chips and salsa from Chili's are repugnant.
Girl, I don't even like Chili's at all. I think Chili's repugnant, period.
Well,
I've been there twice
mostly.
and I hated it. And guess who took me there? White people.
You know, we're in a break.
We still talk the same.
You know.
What restaurant would have this music in their lobby?
I told you, the Sexy Animal Crossing restaurant.
Yeah, this would be like if they opened like in the library. If they opened up a sexy restaurant,
Ooh,
Like a Hello Kitty cafe in the library, bitch, or what?
not the library. I'm sorry, the museum. In the museum.
Oh, with the owl.
With the owl, yeah. Sorry, I meant
With
I said
Aragog.
Christian is obsessed with Aragog.
Who isn't? I told you, a gay icon.
Anyways, if it had 8 dicks, it'd be a fucking gay icon. All right.
No
the
girl
bottom
girl
three.
can handle all that. Arachnodick.
All right, next we have the person who went home this week. We have Malaysia Babydoll Fox. We're waiting for the... By the way, while we're waiting for this to load...
Her interview look was crazy. I love that line when they talked to when Mistress said, I don't know what's worse, her interview or her synthetic bob.
But Christian, when did you make the executive decision that you are now going to start on every look while we wait for this? I don't know
I mean, it's just I'm faster and more efficient at it.
Okay.
And more
I think I'm
accurate.
fast. I think I'm the fastest.
Go off.
Right.
Go be fast.
Okay.
Be fast right now. How about you
All
start
right, I will.
fast?
What do I what fast?
How about you start a fast, baby?
Goodness, girl.
Wow.
Ash Wednesday was like 2 weeks ago.
I know. By the way, send all hate mail to the best of today at gmail.com. That's our official hate line.
Did you get any hate for when we said Trixie Mattel's a bad DJ?
I don't know. I didn't check. I have to ask the person who monitors that email address.
Who monitors it?
But it's an official complaint line.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, Malaysia Babydoll Beyonce Fox is wearing thigh-high black patent boots with a pleather leotard bodysuit, long sleeve that has white hand-painted details on it, and these black and white ruffled feather details on the sleeves. She has this gorgeous crimped half up, half down unit, which is the highlight. To me, I think she did look the most Beyonce. Now looking at the details of the garment, it's not as nice, and I'm not the biggest fan of just like Michelle Visage would call it, like a bedazzled bodysuit, because I think Beyonce actually wore high-waisted distressed shorts and a blouse. But that being said, I do think she looks absolutely gorgeous, and she does give that Beyonce energy, but I don't think it's as polished or executed as well. Also, I don't remember this really being an iconic Beyonce look.
Robert?
I thought this was the best Beyonce look presented on the stage, actually. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was from Black is King. This was on Disney Plus, maybe. I don't know. I don't need to shill for other fucking streaming websites. But again, not like the most iconic Beyonce look, but she, with the wig and the outfit, and especially with the neck piece, I thought looked the best. So I'm happy she went home looking good, which she looks good all
great.
season. So.
But I love this hair and this makeup on her. She really, she looks so cute. Yeah.
All right. Very good. Now we're going to move over to the next person. The person who lip-synced against Malaysia Babydoll Fox. We're going to go over to our good friend Selena Estitties. All right. I guess, Christian, take it away.
Selena is wearing Beyonce's Grammy look. I don't know what year this is from, but damn, this bitch. You know what she reminds me of in this gold, I can't really tell what material it is, but this gold floor-length gown with this huge updo. I mean, this is dragifying Beyonce's look, in my opinion, in terms of the styling, the RuPaul Awards. I think Selena looks immaculate, but she's giving very much like a Latina mother of the bride. Ha, Rob. Ha, Joe.
I see it.
Yeah, like the updo, the gown. Like my grandma definitely has a dress like this and has done a look like this for sure.
This to me was slightly more elusive chanteuse than Beyonce. But I did love the drag touch, the way that the wig was elongated and bigified, and the way that those stupid ass RuPaul heads stand in for Grammys. It really just another gift from the fucked up mind of Selena Estitties. So I'll take it. It's the same girl who brought you Street Lamp Couture.
Yeah,
Brings
honestly.
you like dead ass. She's not making it to the finale, so at least we get to see her in red carpet glam finale geesh. No.
Any other thoughts?
Yeah, Selena, stick to like a pageant aesthetic. You look stunning. This is like some of the best she's ever looked. Joe, what did you think, Josito?
I had no thoughts. I have no thoughts on anything ever. I'm just the moderator. I'm here to protect Christian from you.
The way that Joe is holding his lips to make sure he doesn't say, all right, very good.
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. Oh, no, I'll keep saying it. I don't give a shit. I've known this is a tick of mine for a while, but I will say you're the first person to ever bring it up.
I love bringing shit up.
Yeah, I know you do. All right, finally, for the looks today, tell us about this one, Christian.
So Mistress Isabelle Brooks is wearing a green lace sequin gown that has the peekaboo cutouts on the middle keyhole in the bust area and like this side paneling, which is, and with a Michelle and Kelly Destiny's Child reference of them all wearing the matching green looks on the red carpet. I thought this was a very iconic look. I think this is probably the most iconic look referenced of the night. And Mistress looks so fucking good. And it's fucking hilarious that she got the same bob that Kelly Rowland is wearing. I mean, the coloring, all of it. It's pretty fucking funny. It's camp. It's drag. I loved it.
Robert,
favorite of the night.
Robert?
I love this color green. So Mistress could have not even had the fucking puppets and I still would have lived.
Me too.
I almost wish she had added a Farrah puppet, and I can't remember what that other former Destiny's Child member. She was only there for a little bit at the beginning, but regardless. Do you know who
if
it
she was
is?
dragging them on the floor, like under
Oh,
the
that'd be
train.
fun. Yeah, that'd be so rotted. It'd be funny as shit, though. Yeah, I loved it. Obviously, just fucking excellence from MIB. Once again.
All right. And those are the looks. Did you have any reason to bring up Marsha or Anitra?
Well, I think we all know that Marsha's look was severely subpar, and I think she might be colorblind, so she should see an optometrist about that. And Anitra's look, I was just happy that it was a full look rather than a half skirt.
All right, very good.
Who's a famous winner of Drag Race who's colorblind?
I don't know.
Bob the Drag Queen.
Oh, really? Is that why you
All
hate
right.
libraries?
All right. I don't know what you're talking about there. But Lucy Laduka. People are coming for her because she's bitching and complaining about how people bitch and complain about how she bitches and complains. Pointing out that there are other queens, Malaysia, Marsha, Luxx, who've also complained about a lack of recognition or not being acknowledged. Do you feel Lucy is getting a bad rap? Robert, what do you think?
I feel that Lucy has to understand that it gets to a point where, like, the woman doth protest too much. You don't have to be telling us at every corner that actually you're a fun, talented, interesting, engaging individual. The more you say it, the less people want to have to believe it when they're not being shown that on TV. And of course, we can accept that reality TV edits are what they are, but that doesn't mean that Lucy has to be so stiff about it.
Christian?
That's a great point. I mean, yeah, like her saying, like, I have won 3 iconic challenges and, like, 2 of them being a mini. I'm like, bitch, relax. And then also, you won Snatch Game fully plagiarizing someone else's lines, you know? So, which I know is kind of part of Snatch Game, and she did do an incredible job not taking that away from her. That being said, I do think Lucy's a pro. I think she's very polished. But you're right, Robert. Like, don't tell, show us, don't tell us. And it's very repetitive, but I do feel bad for her. I do feel like she's getting a very bad edit.
Very good. Now, on Friday, we made plans with Jay Ellis, Robert Mata, and Christian Ochoa to go to a bar in West Hollywood called High Tops and watch the show. And like a responsible person, I showed up at the designated time, which was 7:30. Okay. Everybody else was late. Jay was like 20 plus minutes late. Robert was like 30 plus minutes late. I was standing there like the biggest fucking... we knew Christian would be an hour and a half late. I was standing like the biggest fucking loser, all by myself. Everyone's staring at me, making sure I didn't roofie their drink. It was awful. Okay? But Jay finally gets there. And then Robert shows up with his friends.
Wait, pause. Were there a lot of people when you showed up, Joe? Like, how full was the bar?
It was close to what it was when we got there, but not...
Okay.
In my defense, I texted that I was going to be late as soon as I knew I was going to be late.
That's true. So then, anyway, so Robert and his friends show up. I want everyone to know. Robert has such nice friends. Robert's ex-boyfriend Ethan was there.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod Ethan was there, and he and I got to talk, and he was super, super nice. Kyler and Tyler were there. Mm-hmm. We also had Sarah who was visiting.
My best friend from 7th grade.
Yeah, visiting.
Who I've known since I was in 7th grade as well.
Then also Kristen's friend Marcos, who I feel is also Robert's friend, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Am I missing anybody? There were other people. There were a bunch of people. There was
a bunch of people floated in and out, but that's how it is on a High Tops Friday.
Yeah. So I want to talk. I'm not going to say who this is, whatever. But before we do anything, and Robert, don't cheat, okay? Christian, I have a question for you, and I've been waiting since Friday to ask you this question.
Ooh, okay.
What's an EGOT?
An Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony.
Oh, you're right. You're really right. So at one point, I was going to close out. Okay, so Christian comes with me, and I bought him a drink to thank him for coming with me.
Thank you. It was delicious.
When we're in line, he goes, "Bitch, do you know so and so is an EGOT?" And I go, "What? For what?"
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg was up in there.
Yeah, she was there. She and Rita Moreno were there, and they were all they were keying it up at High Tops. But so he goes, "Ask Robert. I don't know why that person has an EGOT." And so I go to Robert, and I say, "This person has an EGOT?" He goes, "No, he doesn't." And then tells me the reality, and I'm like, I don't think Christian knows what an EGOT is.
Bitch, of course. Bitch, what do you think? You think someone with an EGOT's going to be hanging out there? They're not Billy Eichner, bitch. Okay.
Not you talking shit on the shining star of a High Tops Friday.
Because then you showed up.
Did Billy Eichner?
They're always there.
Did Billy Eichner really show up after I left?
Like he's literally
always there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God I left. You know I can't stand that Billy Eichner.
I don't think anyone can.
Saturday too. What the fuck? Where the fuck was I on? Oh, at the
Okay.
He was at Akbar.
Okay. So anyway, Robert, any memories from the night? I had a really good time with Ethan. I really loved meeting Ethan. Love meeting your friends. All your friends, so nice, so sweet, so interesting. Any other memories for you? What did you guys do? I left early like an old man. Like I left an hour after I said I was going to leave.
I was going to say.
You did. It surprised me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert, any memories for you that we have to bring up?
The only one that I remember really is Christian telling me, I think it's time for you to go home, Robert. Because I hadn't had anything to drink in probably like a week and a half since I got back from Colombia. And when I was in Colombia, my tolerance was dumb high, as you know it is on vacation. And then I think my tolerance plummeted. So I surprised myself by how turned I got on Friday.
Oh, but by the way, Robert did reveal his drag name to me and Christian.
The main one, or did I make up a new one?
What?
It was a new one.
Wait, Robert doesn't know about his drag name?
Tell her. That was lit.
Paula Alto?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Thank you. That's why I didn't remember, because it just... I don't have room for it.
Paula Alto, honey. Yeah, my favorite memory is me giving Robert my debit card to get us drinks, and him somehow losing it in the span of 5 minutes from walking to the bar, getting the drinks, and coming back. And I was like, "Oh, do you have my debit card?" He's like, "What debit card?" I'm like, "Girl, the one I handed you to pay for this shit." And then he's like, "What?" And then he's just drunkenly putting shit, like taking his wallet out, taking everything out. And I'm like, oh my God, no, this bitch is going to lose all of this. And then we ran into another girlfriend from high school in line. Shout out Erin Torres, friend of the pod, another Series High alum. So it was like a cute little Kiki reunion. That was really fun. And then, yeah, me having to call Robert's Lyft because Robert was still like ordering it from the wrong place. I was like, no, girl, that's not where you're going. You're asking it to pick you up at your house, like, and to drop you off here. Like, I'm out here. You know it's girl when I'm up in the. All
right. Just getting a little too inside. All right. Any big okay? Because I can already tell how I'm going to edit this. Before we get to the stories from Friday. Before we get to the stories from Friday night, any big predictions for this week? Robert, this week. What is it? It's a comedy, stand-up comedy.
I think, yeah, was it stand-up comedy? I don't know about predictions because, except for the fact that it must be Selena's time. But what the fuck was that Lucy Laduka look? I think the whole audience is waiting with bated breath about an explanation for that.
Christian?
I have high hopes for Selena, but I feel like she's going to bomb it. Like, okay, comedy is something I'm actually really good at. And then she's going to and then they're just going to send her off to jail.
She's probably just going to cry the whole time.
Yeah, I am excited, though. It's the stand-up comedy challenge. Joe, who's going to be on the recap episode, co-hosting.
Lori.
And Nathan's
back. Yeah, Nathan's back.
I'm excited to listen to that. I think we should shout out that you do a really good analysis of the comedy challenges. Like, you guys go joke by joke. I love that.
All right. Okay, well, why don't we call it a day there?
You listeners don't know, bitch.
Well,
Look at this tight half hour.
Yeah. That's what Ethan said. Now, everybody... if you want to stick around and listen what happened at High Top, stick around for after the outro. It got so crazy, I had to move things around. It was insanity. They started talking about inside jokes.
What inside joke?
I don't know, about some person and Series High, and I don't know, it got really inside. So then I'm going to put it on the outside.
We went to a high school so far in the boonies that it was named after a goddess of agriculture. What the fuck is that?
You guys, this is why I put that stuff at the end. By the way, shout out to Christian's friend Marcos, who is just so nice. He's my favorite of the friends.
I used to say that the worst way to describe someone is to call them nice. But it seems like a genuine compliment from you.
Marcos is so sweet.
He is.
Am I wrong?
He absolutely is.
No, he has the purest intentions.
You know what, too? And this is actually, this is going to be kind of now like what the Spanish would call an hablada. He is very sweet, but I think why I keep mentioning it is he doesn't kind of look like he would be sweet before he talks. Like
I deal with that.
Yeah, he looks like he could be a bitch, but he's
Robert,
not. He's like
you are what you look
the sweetest
like.
person.
Camp.
Do you think Robert's like that, Joe?
I will tell people Robert is taller than you think he is. I always expect Robert to be a little shorter. Not short, but shorter than he is.
Why the color of his skin alludes to that? Or why do you say that, Joe?
He just gives, like, soccer player energy.
What the fuck? I've never identified with a
compliment, but I've
never identified with the sport less. In fact, Ethan just asked me if I wanted to join the gay varsity league for soccer, and I was like, dead ass, like, do you know me? Like, why do I want to be on a team kicking balls at... No. Wearing high socks? No.
Joe, if you were on a varsity adult team, like gay sports team, like what would you join? Like truly, like what would you join?
Hacky sack.
That's so 1998 work.
What would you join, Robert?
Pogs.
What the fuck is that?
I feel like Robert brings up generational shit more than anybody else. I feel like Robert has a thing with it. I don't know what it is.
It's because I was raised by older gays, so I know a bunch of older gay references. Whereas young gays are like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Well, if I don't know what things are, it's Robert's responsibility for being my gay mother. So my ignorance is to blame on Robert.
All right, guys. This is why I put the whole high top thing at the end. All right, we'll see you guys next week.